Former New York Giants running back Ahmad Bradshaw is visiting the Indianapolis Colts for a workout this week. This could be great news if you're a Colts fan, because Bradshaw will bring leadership to that locker room to help bolster the backfield behind second-year quarterback Andrew Luck. If the Colts want to take another step beyond the first round of the playoffs where they got eliminated by the Ravens last year, Bradshaw could be the missing piece that enables them to do that. The Giants won the Super Bowl back in 2009, and it's because of players like Ahmad Bradshaw that was able to happen. In fact, a lot of the New York Giants were dismayed and shocked when the Giants released Bradshaw earlier this year, stating that Bradshaw was the heart and soul of the New York Giants offense. Now you could argue Eli Manning, of course, but Bradshaw certainly was a leader on that team. He never complained like other running backs had in the past about how many times he got the ball. It's just when he got his opportunities, he made the most of it. As an Eagles fan, he was a thorn in the side of all the NFC East opponents that the Giants had. This guy had a nose for the end zone. It could be 3rd and 2 at the 2-yard line, or they could be 20 yards away from the goal line. And this guy he always found a way to get in the end zone. Bradshaw is one of those Pierre Thomas type running backs that helps a team win. If you remember the 2009 Saints, it was Pierre Thomas. He wasn't flashy. He didn't have huge numbers like Adrian Peterson, but he got the job done. And it's that kind of serviceable running back that never complains, blocks for the quarterback, picks up the blitzes, and never turns the ball over. That's what helps a team win in the NFL. These guys are underappreciated and underpaid. They take a beating at the running back position, and they're also knowingly the most replaceable player on the field because it's a quarterback passing league on offense these days. So the Colts, if they could sign Bradshaw to a 1-year deal, let him prove himself that he is going to come off of that foot injury and be the same player than he was, I think they'll have a diamond in the rough. Another free agent running back looking to visit a team this week would be Beanie Wells, visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are having some troubles with Maurice Jones-Drew, one of the more successful running backs over the past 5 years. Jones-Drew came back to minicamp a little bit overweight because he had an injury himself. He's had a little bit of legal problems, but that doesn't look like it's developing into anything. But Jones-Drew does have a lot of mileage on that little body. He took a beating, and Wells is going to be a good backup option coming out of Arizona with the Cardinals, where he didn't put up huge numbers, but he was injured a little bit himself, so he should be relatively fresh. He showed promise at Ohio State and showed flashes in Arizona that he could be a big-time NFL running back. So the sky's the limit for Beanie Wells if he signs with the Jaguars. One other running back to make news this week in the NFL would be Reggie Bush, who signed earlier in the offseason to a big deal with the Lions. He's predicting that the Lions will have the #1 offense in the NFL, and who's to argue with them? When you look at Megatron at wide receiver, Matthew Stafford at quarterback, and now bringing in Reggie Bush, when you bring Bush into that fold, he might be looking back to his USC days where he had the chance to run in more open space and be the Heisman Trophy runner that we remember. He played very well in Miami, was somewhat of a disappointment in New Orleans, but I still think he has it, and give him a little bit of space. You know, that's going to get created by guys like Megatron, and Reggie Bush could be off to the races. I would temper my enthusiasm because they were #3 in the NFL last year and didn't win, but the Lions defense may improve with their draft pick of Ezekiel Ansah, the defensive end, who I think could have a Jason Pierre-Paul-like, out-of-nowhere, phenomenal beginning in the NFL. Consider the fact that you've still got Dominican Sue, and it's the defense for the Lions that'll help bring them back to the playoffs. So there you have it. Reggie Bush, confident for 2013, and Ahmad Bradshaw, a potential great pickup for the Indianapolis Colts.